Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Here we are. Here we are. What day is this? Really? What day is this? This is day 7, I want to say, of the Level Up Challenge of how to level up your life. The game of life called You Challenge. Welcome on in. I want to say welcome on in to everyone joining me live here. Oh my goodness, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Want to give a big shout out to Priestess Erica, Angelique, XOChaney.K. Welcome in, Brittany S. Good to see you. I know you celebrated that born day yesterday. By the way, shouts out to all of my November Scorpios celebrating their born day during this time. Welcome on in, Dimitri. Good to see you. Nicole, good to see you. Shiva, welcome on in. And the Sacred Altar. I have been loving reading your level up comments and everything that you've been doing. It's been amazing. Glennis, good. Welcome in, Shiva or Sheena. Welcome in, Dee Dee. Good to see you. Wow. Brittany S says, I am feeling refreshed, rejuvenated, and revitalized. Absolutely love that. Shh, come close. Absolutely love that. Kind of remind me of the Isley brothers. Closer than close. How are we all feeling? How's everybody doing? Welcome on in. We're about to get started on day 7. Whew, can we give it up for ourselves? Can we give it up for ourselves? We are on day 7. Day 7. Welcome in, Kathy. Welcome in, Kelvin. Good to see you, Rozzy. Good to see you, Roz. Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Glennis is tuning in from Trinidad. Welcome to Trinidad, tuning into the live as well. This is the perfect time that if you know someone who wants to get in on the challenge, if they've been doing the challenge, maybe they just need this challenge in their lives, to send them an invite and tell them to come on over and join us here, because you can always go back and definitely get yourself caught up on the challenge. Wow. I have something special planned for us tomorrow on that 11:11 portal. So you definitely want to make sure that you subscribe. You also hit that notification bell. So whenever I'm going live, you can get the notification. Nicole is checking in from Fort Worth, Texas. Welcome on in, Nicole. Is that new for you? Florida is in the building. We got Gotti 777 checking in on this 7 day that we are going to be tapping into this energy. And I thought it would be really, really good because we are coming upon the full moon that will be coming up soon. But on our way to the full moon, because we work with all of the energy, but we're going to be doing moonlit ritual again tonight. And so I know many of you have worked on the ritual from day 6 of the challenge, but we're going into, oh my goodness, day 7. Day 7, Summersville. Welcome on in from Summersville. Tremel is checking in from Florida. Welcome in, Kathy W. Michelle D is representing and checking in from Georgia. Welcome in. Oh, Sheila is in the building. Welcome on in, Sheila. Wow. Loving it. Loving it. I want to talk about this for just a short moment. For everyone who is here, I want you to think about this. If you're feeling like a little aloof, a little floaty today, it's some things I want you to think about before you actually go to sleep tonight or wake up. So, with that being said, because we have listeners from all over the world, good morning, good night, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world that you're in. That this is the perfect time. The perfect time. We're in this energy of water. We're dealing with a lot of Pisces energy, like I told you all yesterday when we talk. It's a perfect time for intuitive work to dig deep into, the Pisces water, highly sensitive, highly emotional, and a perfect time for you to have clear, higher communication. It's an excellent time for you to check in on your boundaries, on these healthy boundaries you have with yourself, of where you would allow yourself to be and where you will allow yourself not to go emotionally. Because typically, just imagine being in the ocean. If you've ever been on a boat, a cruise, or if you've ever taken a dip or a swim into the ocean's water, or even just stood on the beach looking out, the vastness of it. When you get in water where you cannot feel or you cannot touch the bottom or the sides, and you're just emerge, it's kind of hard to tell where the boundaries are. So it's a great time for really reflecting and connecting with your own personal boundaries. And remember, boundaries are not about other people, it's not about things outside yourself, it's about you. And I want us to stay in the highest alignment of boundaries. And so this is something that I have shared and taught. My guides have worked with me for years and years, and it's been a total game changer. You're going to be setting your boundaries based on yourself, meaning I'm not going to allow myself to go into the self defeating thoughts. I'm not going to allow my emotions to be reactive to people, places, and situations. I'm going to maintain and honor my own frequency. That's important when you're setting your boundaries, that you give yourself that boundary with yourself, because then you'll know exactly where you start and where you end. And you can always feel very grounded and have access to all of your divine powers, your superpowers, right? And tap into that energy that is so magical that only belongs to you. It's a lot of noise happening in the world right now. And people are working out and working through things that they have kept deep inside themselves for many, many past lives. Remember, everything that we're working on now is from a past life. But make no mistake, you being present and being alive and growing up on planet Earth at this particular time, it is not a mistake. It's not a fluke, and it damn sure ain't a punishment. It's not a punishment. You are here for a reason, a divine reason. And when you can start to shift your consciousness into understanding that you have a purpose here, and to also understand that that purpose is in full motion, whether you're laying on the couch and you are watching, you know, your favorite, I don't know, YouTube channel. Or if you're in the kitchen and you wiping down cabinets and organizing your dishes and your refrigerator, or if you're on the big stage giving a speech or a presentation, or if you're dancing in front of a crowd of people. So, no matter how big or how small the action is, I think you get the point that you have a purpose here, and that purpose is in motion. And you have to know that. Sometimes we sort of kind of psychoanalyze ourselves to the point that we become our own blocks in our own lives and holding ourselves back. That is not your divine purpose of being here. And the good news is when you leave, just like all of us one day will leave, you can make a decision whether you want to come back or not. That's your choice. It hasn't been forced upon you. Now, I will say this. I do feel that there was a time in humanity when our consciousness was not raised high enough and we didn't understand fully who we were, not a large number of us. And our soul age was very young on the planet, and we truly believe we had no choice. How many of us have been in a situation or done something because we felt like we had no choice? That really there was only two options. I know a lot of people are talking about this even as it relates to the elections here in America. We have no choice. We only have two options. And so it's kind of like you kind of vibe with one, but not really. The other one is a no-go for you, but you feel like you have no choice. This is all you have to choose from. Well, that came from a lack of consciousness, of understanding and awareness. This is one of the reasons why we hold tight to sacred books and hold tight to things that were written at a time when humanity was in the process of elevating themselves on a spiritual, a metaphysical, and really from a multisensory point of view. But I want you to know that that's all changing. It's changing as we speak right now. It's changing if you will allow the change. Because here's something else. Evolution does not happen by osmosis. So if you are in the building tonight, or if you're listening to this, even if you came from the past and you're joining us in this present moment, or you came from the future and you're coming back to visit such a time as now, or if you're live with us here in this present moment, thank yourself. Thank yourself for this moment, because it truly, truly is something that you can harness and you can take with you as you continue to go on your journey and to do your work from all over the planet. So I want you to know that nothing, absolutely nothing that you desire within your heart is unattainable for you. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what people have told you. I don't care how young you are. I don't care how old you are. I don't even care where you feel you are at this particular point in your life. I don't care how many mistakes you have made. I don't care how much your lack of understanding and knowing is. It's still possible for you. It is still possible for you. So this is a reminder here as we come to this pivotal point. I want you to imagine yourself standing in front of an archway, a doorway. And whether or not you're going to walk through. So it's something very unique about 1111, that energy, that vibration. But I want you to look at it. Just write the word 11 down, or if you're in the blue room, type it out 1111. You will see the space in between. You're either going to walk through this portal whole and complete and committed, or you're going to walk through divided. The challenge is for you to walk through committed, whole, and complete. It's an opportunity. So every time you see 1111, whether it's on a clock, whether it's on a receipt, whether you're purchasing something and that's the total for it, if you're looking in your email, if you're on social media, and right now there is 110 people listening, 11. Whenever you see this come, allow this to be that cosmic reminder of you, because that's what the universe is conversing to you at this time. It is conversing to you that you are committed to your greatness, of who you, not who you're becoming, not who you've been, but who you are now in this moment. Can you commit to your greatness now? And so on this 7 day, if you think about the number 7 and you write the number 7 out, this is where you can actually bring heaven down to earth. This is why they call the 7 the Christ consciousness. But if you look at it, it's a lightning rod, and it's representing the top half is heaven, and the rod is coming down. You're bringing it to earth. This is what the Magi's did. The Magi's, who were very, very knowledgeable in all of the esoteric arts. They understood spirituality. They understood astrology and astronomy. They understood all of these operations. And they were following their North Star. And all of this leads to the understanding of our North Node in astrology. And we are following our North Star because we're all sort of being pulled towards that North Node to grow outside of our comfort zones of where we are to what we truly desire. And so on this 7 day, real significant, because actually it is November the 10th. It's November the 10th, but on a universal level, it is November the 9th. We are coming into that 9 energy, which is a culmination of things. Think about all of the processes and things that you have gone through prior to getting to the number 9, starting at the number 0, all the way through. And then the process begins to elevate itself. This is where we are energetically. So I want you all to begin to bring this energy close to you and be aware of it. You don't even have to be like your jam doesn't have to be astrology or any of those things. But I want you to look for these clues in your own life. When I'm explaining to you these metaphysical concepts, that's what metaphysics is. We take these things that are happening in the world around us, signs and symbols, and we bring them into our own lives to see the micro and the macro of how they're transpiring and how we're creating and how we're co creating with everything that is in our existence. And so I'm going to be giving you our day 7. This is also the pre energy to the 1111 portal, which, depending on where you are in the world, will be coming up. I will be coming back on tomorrow. Remember, the commitment is till November the 19th, and I will honor that commitment. And I just want to say, I want to thank each of you, every single one of you, for participating. Like, it literally has been mind blowing in a beautiful way to read your comments, to hear your stories of transformation, of the work that you've been putting in and the things that you've been doing. It's changing things. I know you're changing your individual lives, but it's also changing the frequency on the planet. And you got to know that you are just that powerful, that the thoughts that you are holding, the thoughts that you are expressing, the action that you are taking, the knowledge that you are seeking, the knowledge you are sharing, and the things that you are understanding, and the moves that you are making is making a difference, not just in your life, but in everyone's life. Absolutely everyone's life. It's a powerful thing. So I want to welcome everyone on in. Let's get those likes up. Welcome on into Moonlit Ritual. We're going to dive into the ritual. How are we all feeling? How are we all doing? How are we all feeling? Feeling good up in this piece. Feeling good in the house. So we're going to do this ritual. I want you to write this down, but have no fear. You will be able to come back to this recording and listen to it as much as you need to listen to it, and come back and write down whatever you need to. If this is your first time tuning in, definitely put first time in the chat so we can send you so much love and welcome you on in. So, we're going to be doing a moonlit ritual, and this is going to be another powerful ritual. It's going to be an activation and a futuristic visualizing ritual. And the purpose of this ritual is to align you with some unknown opportunities. Yeah, that part. Unknown opportunities, meaning these are opportunities that consciously you're not aware of. And also allowing you to set a high vibrational foundation. So we're all about building on this foundation from every single point. And this is going to be the challenge for day 7. Mm-hmm. 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 Now, here we go. We're going to be using the moon's energy, like I told you. So we did moonlight yesterday. We're doing moon again. And we've used the moon before, but we're going to use the moon. I'm just kind of feeling this beautiful cosmic vibes from the glow of the moon. And so this moon energy, we're going to be using it like an amplifier. And I want you to think about, if you have a clear quartz crystal, this would be amazing to work with your clear quartz crystal because it's an amplifier as well. So if you have any opal moonstones or a moonstone crystal. That's going to be divine too, because that moonstone crystal, it holds the template of feminine energy. So it's highly intuitive, so intuitive. Years ago, a sister sent me a box of moonstone crystals she found on the beach. I can't remember the beach. So many years ago. I still have those crystals, love them dearly. I love everything you all share with me. And I also have from Arizona, I have some crystals, a box of crystals that came from not Arizona, Arkansas. That came from Arkansas that was dug out of the ground. I have a whole box of clear quartz crystals. But get you a clear quartz crystal. And if you say, Miss Blue, I don't have a clear quartz crystal, I don't have a moonstone crystal, what can I use? If you have a piece of crystal, like a crystal glass, it can be a wine glass, as long as there is a percentage of crystal in it, because all glass has crystal in it. I want you to use that. You can also use a crystal glass. You can use a crystal glass, a crystal bowl. You can use something of that. So I want us to get very creative in what we're doing, and so no one has to be left out. So we're going to be using the moon's energy as an amplifier, you know, as a mirror, because our ancestors would use the moon as a mirror, reflecting and looking into the portal of our future potential, opening up a different timeline. So the moon is excellent for opening up a different timeline. There's been some studies done in a lot of universities where they talk about time traveling. I can't think of the brother's name. He's a doctor, but he did a whole sort of kind of study on this, how you can time travel through the moon and how the moon is a portal. And I truly, truly have seen that in my own astral travels and from my guides. The moon is a portal that can put you on a completely different timeline. So this is the time to really think beyond the limitations of the past. I want you to move beyond any limitation of any experience, of anything that you have thought about in the past. Look beyond that. Look beyond that, right? And I want you to really, truly get into truly envisioning what leveling up looks like for you. It's important. We're not just giving lip service here. I want you to really think about, what does it mean to really level up your life? And remember, we're looking in all quadrants of our lives, from our health, from our finances, in our relationships, how we feel and love ourselves, how we feel and love about those in our lives, what we feel we're committed to, from our sacred space, relationships, finances, to our health, to our city, our state, our community, where we stay, where we physically stay, the work that we're doing in the world. I want you to look at this from every single aspect. Now, under the moon's light, which a lot of us right now, as I'm broadcasting this live, we are underneath the moon's light. We're going to tap into our higher selves, and we're going to activate the energy of possibility. And when you get into this ritual, when you begin to do this, and you are activating the energy of your higher self, this needs to be a conscious action. Conscious that you are activating the energy of your higher self and the energy of possibility. So you're going to be inviting clarity, curiosity, excitement, and inspiration for what is ahead. For what is ahead for you. I want you to think that could be what is ahead for you when it comes to your relationship with yourself, how you love yourself, because that's the most solid place to start. What is ahead for you when it comes to your health and healing? What is ahead for you? By the way, where are my Generation X people? If you're Generation X in the building, let me know. Let me know. Put an X in the room if you're Generation X. And if you don't know if you're Generation X was born between 1957 and 1971. So that's Generation X. 1957 to 1971. If you're Generation X. I want to share something with you. I'm going to go more deeper into this um, uh, later. I'll go deeper into this. But Generation X, we were born with Pluto and Virgo. Pluto and Virgo. We are the ones who reactivated healing on the planet. That's why we're into these things of holistic healing, and also for for holistic healing, those of us alternative medicine, understanding about herbs and supplements, understanding about our food and our nutrition, understanding about energy healing and Reiki, understanding those things about the physical body and the wholeness of all things coming together. So if you were born now keep in mind, we're talking about Pluto and Virgo. And the reason I want to bring that up is because we know that Pluto is going to be Pluto in Aquarius, we know started out in 2023, which is another generation going till 2044. And I'm going to talk about how Generation X, why we are the ones leading the way and also assisting others and have been in this world when it comes to us thinking outside of the box, when it comes to our health, and when it comes to our healing in a very transformative way. So anyone who were born in this window from 1957 to 1971, this is Pluto and Virgo. I want you to understand, don't sleep on yourself when you start to think about what is centered in your heart. Now, this certainly doesn't mean that if you were born from 1971 to 1984 or 1984 to 1985 or so on, that you are not a part of that. But I want to let you know that those of us who were born from 1957 to 1971, that we kicked off that movement of healing, of elevation from healing, elevation with how we understand about ourselves, our spirituality. Like it goes so deep into how we understand our world and how we integrate ourselves into the world. So if you're trying to figure out if you're kind of a late bloomer like me, I consider myself a late bloomer. I'll speak for myself. But coming into this and really just having these ways about understanding about healing, this is why. But I'm going to talk about all of the generations as it relates to that energy of Pluto. If those of you have been in the astrology class, we covered that as well. But I want you to understand, which is going to be a lot. It's not all that is Generation X, but the bulk of it is Generation X. But Pluto in Virgo, because Pluto is a generational planet. But here's the good thing for everyone who's living on the planet. When Pluto makes moves, Pluto also brings wealth with it. That's not something we often think of Pluto about, but Pluto builds millionaires. It activates that millionaire quality on the planet, not just from the sense of financial as in money, but meaning things that are valuable to the collective and humanity on the planet for the particular time. That's going to be very significant as we continue to move and go further out into going towards the age of Aquarius. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Generation X didn't start till later, but I only brought that up because I knew it would get you guys' attention, and I knew all my Xer babies would stand up. But if I would have just said 1957 to 1971, you might have not been able to say nothing. So, we got to have our way to, kind of call each other out in the way that makes sense. But I wanted you all to know that. So I know many of you with Pluto and Virgo, remember Virgo is the healer. That's the healing energy. That's all about health and healing. It's grounded in earth element. So it is concerned with that aspect as well. So let's continue on. So under this moonlit energy, we'll be tapping into our higher selves and activating the energy of possibility. We're going to be inviting things in like more clarity, more curiosity, excitement, and inspiration. We're going to be inviting that in. So let me tell you about the steps and give you the Oracle report for the Moonlit activation ritual. You're going to get a bowl. You're going to get a bowl, and you're going to have a bowl of water. In a bowl of water, you're going to be using water and have a bowl of water. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the bowl, or here's the thing, you can also have a jar of water. So it could be a glass of water as well. Try to use a glass, not something plastic if not possible. Try to use either a bowl or glass, but make sure it's not plastic. You want something, of substance here. And you're going to begin to fill the small bowl or the jar with water. Now, here's the thing. As you're filling it up with water, you're going to charge your water up first. You're going to charge the water up first, but you're charging it up with just your higher self energy. So everything that we listed earlier, you're going to charge it up to tap in with your higher self energy, activation energy of possibility, to invite more clarity, more curiosity, more excitement, and more inspiration in. That's the energy you're infusing with the water. Because the water is going to act as your visionary water. So we're turning this from regular water, we're setting future intentions in the water for our visionary water. Now, if possible, you're going to leave the water out under the moonlit light to infuse it with lunar energy. So if it's not possible to leave it out, so if you can't cover it somewhere safely and leave it out, then put it in a windowsill where the moonlight is going to hit it, because you want to infuse this water with lunar energy, with the moon's energy. And so that's step one. Now, step two of the challenge here for this moonlit ritual, activation ritual, You're going to speak or write a future focus intention. Notice I didn't say you're going to speak or write an intention. You're not. We're talking about your focus. We're talking about your focus. A future focus intention. And I'll give you examples of that and I'll answer the question. Even if it's raining, if you can still see the illumination of the moonlight, you don't want, you can actually gather rainwater if you want. You can do this with rainwater if you want. It's up to you. I would say get whatever water you have. You're not going to be drinking this water. So if you have rainwater, then that's going to work for you perfectly. You can use rainwater because you know that it's infused, especially if it's raining at night. It's infused with the moonlight. And so you're going to speak or write your future focus. So you're going to hold your hands, you're going to rub your palms together, make sure you get your fingertips. You're going to be activating all of the chakras in your hand. The palms of your hand is the second set of the largest chakras on your body, being close second to the soles of your feet, right? The heart chakra being the largest, but you're going to activate the chakras in your hands, right? Because we pull in a lot of energy through our hands. And make sure you get those fingertips. So you're going to rub those fingertips and everything together to open up the energy centers in your hand. And you're going to hold your hand over the water. And you're going to set some positive future intentions. And you can say them out loud or write them on a piece of paper. We're going to talk about them both ways. If you say them out loud, here's some examples, but I want you to craft this into your own magic. I am ready to step into my power. I invite clarity. I invite strength to achieve all of my dreams. So you can use statements like that. I am ready. I invite. You're going to put yourself first. You can use an I am statement as well, but then make sure you put an action step after. So it has to be an action step because remember, this is about you getting into a future focus intention. So you want to put that in there. So you can say this out loud while holding your hands over the water of the bowl or of the jar. If you're going to be writing it, then you're going to write it on a piece of paper. Hold the piece of paper face down so the writing is over the bowl of water or on top of the jar with the water in it. And then you're going to place the paper underneath the bowl if you're writing, or place the paper underneath the jar if you're writing it, okay? And so now you want to make these intentions bold. It needs to be some shit that kind of shake you a little bit that you're saying it. You know, I'm ready to step into my power. That's a bold statement. It's also inspiring, but it's also bold. You understand? So I want you to make these statements of intentions to be bold and to be inspiring. So you should feel something when you're saying it. And you're going to be connecting with that energy of the water that is in there, your visionary water that's in there, the water that's infused with the lunar energy as well as your own energy. And then the third step, this is where it gets a little scully with it. You're going to close your eyes and you're going to picture the moon's energy pouring into your water. Just visualize the energy coming from the moon traveling all the way out of the sky into the water. And you want to do this at 11:11, if at all possible, 11:11, or at least it needs to be at night. So it can be 7:11, 8:11. You get the point, but you want to have that 11:11 energy in the ritual. And then you're just going to visualize the energy pouring into the water and filling it with potential and future visions. And I want you to see the light coming in as a bridge between where you are and where you're going. And so this is an illuminating step. And this illuminating step, it's going to show you how to move forward and put those possibilities in front of you, right in front of you. So that's step 3. Now, we're going to go to step 4. And here's what I want you to do. You're going to gently wash your hands in the water. So you're gently going to be taking that water, this same water that you've infused with all of this magical goodness, and you're going to wash your hands with it slowly. This is a very sort of sacred ritual. Gently, you're going to be immersing your hands into this water while holding a vision of yourself, your energy, your life, the things that you're grateful for, all of the things that you love about yourself, all of the things in your life that is meaningful to you. Knowing that this is actually putting you on a whole nother timeline in your life. That this will be a moment that you will remember. You're creating a spiritual marker for yourself here. And so what you're doing is you're using the water as an initiation and an activation of your higher self, of you leveling yourself up into your higher self. And I want you to use a small amount of water and just gently, sort of in a hand washing way with the water, it will start to absorb in you. You know, the skin is the largest organ on our body, and it's going to be taking in that high frequency of the water as well as high frequency of light. And you can visualize all of your pores sucking in your hand, this highly energetic, intentional, lunar infused light coming into your whole entire body. And as you're absorbing this energy and light, you can feel the confidence to take the inspired actions that you need to in your life. You can feel yourself, feel the energy rising inside of yourself. You're going to lift your hands from the water, and I want you to take a moment to feel the excitement of the energy racing through your body and the readiness within you. And I want you to see it as if your future desires have already been unfolded, because in that moment that you have committed, it has been activated. And it starts unfolding at that moment. And then to seal this activation, you're going to pour the water with gratitude into nature. So you can find a beautiful tree, if you have a tree outside, or plants outside or inside, or a patch of grass in your neighborhood, and you're going to pour the water outside to earth or into a plant. And you're going to be offering up gratitude. Gratitude for the planet that we live on, gratitude for the earth, for you growing up on earth and everything growing up on earth, and to seal this activation in. And earth is going to take that which you have given to it, nurture it, and utilize it to help you grow your desires and your dreams. So visualize your intentions being rooted and growing with the support of earth. This is going to symbolize the foundation of your goals. So this is going to be another moonlit activation ritual. And you can use that for today. And we're also going to add that for tomorrow. Now, I'll give you another activation specifically for 1111, but remember, this is a culmination of this energy that we're building up to for this challenge of leveling up until November the 19th. So all of these things can be used in accordance with one another. So now, I want you, as you're doing this, to also not forget to thank the moon for its guiding energy. Feeling this inspiration and alignment to create this activation energy, because I was talking to the moon, as the song goes. So your call to action for today, your CTA for today, is to share comments of one word that represents what you're going to be activating or aligning in your life. I would love for you all to come back and to share that with all of us here in the community underneath this video, and let us know how that's working for you. I am super excited about this Moonlit 1111 ritual for all of us to tap into these different elements. Don't forget, if you want to dive deeper, you can always go to the digital store, and I have all of the elements there that you can begin to start working with and use in your day-to-day practice. I want us to continue this challenge. The challenge will be going on until November the 19th. This is my way of leveling up, and I want you all to level up too. And I know you are. We are doing this work together, and I couldn't be more grateful to have a community, to have like-minded souls like yourself, for all of us to be diving into this work. This is the time. We are coming upon another great mark where spirituality will rise again on the planet. Several months ago, I told you there will be several brothers stepping out, a lot of them young brothers, stepping out and sharing what they are getting for how to elevate and expand their consciousness and awareness on the planet. And now we're going to have many more young sisters and young brothers stepping out. And wait a minute, and lots of them are going to be born between the generation of Pluto in Virgo, 1957 to 1971, as well as Pluto in Libra, 1971 to 1984, and Pluto in Scorpio, 1984 to 1995, as well as Pluto, and that was Pluto in Scorpio, and Pluto in Sagittarius, 1995 to 2008. So we got a lot of activations of where people are going to be shifting and moving into place of their higher self and fulfilling their callings and their dreams. It's going to take all of us to be involved, at least all of us who have chosen this path in this lifetime, to help elevate, expand, and raise the awareness of consciousness on planet Earth. I love you all. I want to say thank you to each and every single one of you for being here and for all of you for doing your work. I literally was brought to tears going back and reading your comments. And I just want to say thank you to each of you for doing the work. It's what our ancestors called the great work. The great work no longer has to be traumatizing. It doesn't have to be scary. Stop letting people take your most valuable asset away from you, which is your emotions, holding you down. This is why mental disturbance is at an all-time high on the planet. We have to move ourselves above the wrong and right and get out of the duality, especially if we are those that are here to really be the game changers, the light bringers, the spiritual workers on the planet doing real spiritual work and not playing the loop-de-loop of feeling like everything outside of ourselves controls us. We are divine and amazing people. We are divine. Sheila said, "Can I use Florida water or just regular water? You're always free to use whatever you want." I would say, try it with regular water first because I want your pure, raw magic infused in that water. In that water. And then try it again with Florida water. I'm sure you're going to see how powerful it was with you using your intentions in the water. In the water. In the water. It's time that we know our magic. How many of you agree? It's time that we know our magic. Like, know our magic. We have so many tools to assist us, and I think they're all useful and they're definitely helpful for us. But I want you to feel your real, authentic magic, that we can activate it anywhere we go. It is our gift from the divine, from the Most High, from God, the universe. It is our gift from our ancestors and the gift that we have given to ourselves while we are growing up on planet Earth. So, be good to yourself and be good to others. I love you all. I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle, and I am sending you so much peace and so much love and so much leveling up. I love you all. And Nicola said, I just looked down at my Know Your Magic tattoo. That still brings me to tears that you guys have gotten a tattoo off of something that really came as a lesson to me that I have shared with you all. I am so grateful. I am truly grateful. I am so grateful. Don't forget to get the likes up. Don't forget to share this to a friend or two, or to anyone, a family member, a stranger, someone who wants to bring that magic, that light, that love back in their life so that they can start creating the world that they know that they deserve to live. Peace and love, soul family. Peace and love. Ciao.